So tell us about last June. Did you foresee all this happening, or did it kind of take you by surprise?
I had a game plan. I didn't know how close it was going to be to the game plan, but it's pretty straight on with what I was planning for. So,
okay. So last June, what was the first video you had that had substantial views?
I titled it "Cutting the Worst Yard" on YouTube.
Okay. And before that video, how many views were you getting? Because you were cranking out videos, but how many?
Oh yeah. I was cranking before that. I was cranking out videos for about a year and a half, just like vlog style videos.
Mm-hmm.
And in the beginning, they were getting like 5 views, and then maybe like 6 months after that, they might have been getting 30 views, and then a year they're getting 100 views. And then I did Cut It Up, and Cut It Up kind of did decent. It got like 10,000 views.
Hey, don't forget, I was promoting that like crazy for you, man. I was blasting that all over the place.
Cut It Up.
We do this every day.
But yeah, that was a little tease because it gave me like 10,000 views or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, I went viral.
Well, technically viral is 1 million. So you've gone viral. Well, I don't know. These kids, I went viral, you know, they had like 100,000 views, but I think the term back in the day was 1 million. But I was looking at your channel. You've had tons of videos with over 1 million. The one from last, like 3 weeks ago, has 7.6 million. I checked today.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's wild.
Insane.
Yes, sir. So what do? You just drive around and you see houses that are overgrown, and then you kind of have a list of ones you want to do, or what?
Yeah. Today I just randomly go anywhere and just drive down every street that I see until I find something tall. Today I made a list because it's too windy to mow right now. I don't want the audio to be.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's what I do. I just drive around till I see something tall. And sometimes people live there and we get to help them out. Sometimes it's just a fun abandoned one. I usually knock on the neighbor's door and try to get the story about the house and say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and cut it for you. Keep all the rats and snakes and everything out of your yard when I cut it.
Have you seen a rat or a snake before?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah, actually.
Really?
I just dropped a video today. It was a collab with me and Lawn Care Juggernaut, and we saw some snakes in this yard. This yard, my first video I posted, I titled it "The Worst Lawn on YouTube" or something like that. Yeah. This one that we collabed on was by far the worst yard that's on YouTube.
Wow. I look forward to watching that.
Snakes, there was lizards.
What kind of snake was it?
It was just a black racer, but I knocked on the neighbor's door and she said there's rattlesnakes that she sees back there.
Oh my gosh.
While we were there, a bobcat ran out the woods.
A bobcat?
Yeah. And then there's these like 3-foot lizards that are there. They're called tegu lizards. They're huge.
Oh man, maybe I'm rethinking coming. I would told you, man, I come down and give you a grip, be your cameraman for a day. Maybe not, man.
we got all types of wildlife.
Oh my gosh. How did Juggernaut handle the wildlife?
He was fine with it. You just got to be careful, move a little bit slower. And most of the time, everything is scared. Like, we're so loud, it's pretty scared. What you really got to watch out for is when you pick up like palm fronds and stuff like that. That's when there might be a snake under there, but you don't even got to worry about them.
Yeah, I was watching your one video last night, or maybe the night before, and I caught you're hurting my sleep schedule here, Al, because I'll start watching it. They're good, man. And you're sitting there, you pick up a fence.
Yeah.
I was like, what in the world? I thought you were going to pick up a stick and you just pick up an entire fence. Oh, man. I was laughing so hard. You're just nonchalant about it. You're like, oh, it's a fence. No big deal.
There's all types of stuff in there.
What's been your favorite part so far?
Being able to just help people out, because it's really life-changing for some people, because, you know, some people, they don't have the money, so they let it grow. And then that $50 cut ends up turning into a $1,500 cut, you know? Mm-hmm. And a lot of the times people, once I cut it, most of the yards, people end up keeping them maintained. So it's just real nice to help someone that really needs it, you know? Mm-hmm. That's the main reason I love to help these people.
Yeah. Has Nigel followed up with you? Is that the one that has 7.6 million? Or was that the newest one? I remember you.
Yeah, that was 7.6 or something like that.
Yeah. So has he followed up with you and been like, dude, my house is famous now? Or have you followed, like, do you have any relationship with any of these people afterwards? Or
yeah, he actually has. I gave him my number and he actually has a podcast. He wants me to go on his podcast. So I'll probably do that.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I heard him say he had like 5 episodes. He's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm a podcaster." And then you're like, "Oh, cool." He's like, "Yeah, I got 5 episodes."
Yeah.
Oh, big
Oh
deal.
yeah. Because most of the time I don't tell the people, like I tell them my YouTube channel afterwards.
Yeah.
Because I don't want, because they change
When
when I
they
tell them.
realize you're a big YouTuber. Yeah.
Yeah, because I ended up telling him halfway through, and then he changed on me and was like,
How
"Oh
so?
man, yeah, we gotta get you on this podcast." Like just different, you know.
Yeah. Well, dude, I was friends with you when you had your postcard mania stuff going on.
Oh yeah, driving my golf cart around.
So how's your family handling all this? Like with your wife, is she like think this is cool, or she's what's all that like?
Yeah, yeah, she's loving it. It's fun because it gives me free time to spend with the family. Personally, I think there's nothing better because I just get to help people out, be with my family, and I don't know. It's just I feel like this is what I was made to do, and that's just what it feels like.
Yeah, definitely. And the creativity, even before your videos pop, you were very, very creative and lively on the camera. But I've even watched you grown as a creator and then as an editor. Like each video just keeps getting better and better and better and better. Over time, I noticed a big difference, but each video just seems to be a little bit better than the previous.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I'm always trying different things. Sometimes they don't work, but sometimes when they do, in the long run, those little things, they just add up and then it just becomes into a big thing. So just always keep trying to learn, you know?
Yeah. How did the collaboration with the Juggernaut, how did that come to pass? Because I love collaborating. That's my recipe to success.
Yeah. So me and Kevin, we got a pretty long history. So, well, not super long since this all started. He's the one who inspired me to do all this.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he inspired me to do all this. He actually shared my first video. All this, a lot of it came from him. So
wow.
I really like Kevin. He's such a good dude. And I was just like, hey, if you want to come down, book a flight Monday.
Wow. Oh, you just kind of spontaneously planned this trip?
Oh yeah, it was last minute.
Were those his kids or your kids on the boat? I was watching IG story.
2 of them were mine and then one was his.
Okay, yeah, because I saw a boat and there's a bunch of kids. I was like, I didn't know you had that many kids.
Yeah, I just have 2. I have a boy and a girl.
Okay. Which one's the baby?
Noah, the little boy.
Okay. That's cool. So you had him in the middle of all this.
Oh yeah.
That's fantastic. What's been the craziest story? Maybe it's been on camera, or maybe it didn't make the camera. What was kind of like the wildest story of this adventure? Because there's so much unknown of what you're doing.
Pretty much every yard has a crazy story in itself, but usually knocking on people's doors is pretty crazy because you never know what you're going to get, especially in certain neighborhoods. Some people, they don't want their yard cut.
Really?
So I've had some pretty crazy things that has happened, but
I'm assuming those ones didn't make YouTube.
No. I like to keep my YouTube channel pretty family friendly.
Yeah, well, I'm a little too family friendly apparently. I tried my very first YouTube live and it wasn't letting anyone comment. So anyway, we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, we'll have to run it back and do it live.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I gotta look into it. I appreciate you being on the program, man. Your story just pumps me up every time, and the algorithm's featuring you like crazy because I'll be scrolling through and it's just like there's your video, and I try to keep up. As soon as I watch one, it seems like there's a fresh one. So are you cranking them out one a week, or are you doing more than that
one every week? I think that's the reason why I'm growing so fast is because I'm not missing a week. Like I'm gonna post every Tuesday at 3:00, no matter what. I had COVID one like earlier on. I still cut an abandoned yard and got it done. Like I'm not missing.
So you're saying that consistency is part of your success?
Yeah, I think so. Consistency, just trying different stuff, and then just really try to stand out. Like I've been trying to stand out for a while, ever since the wig, all types of stuff.
Well, I think I watch a lot of these video creators. I watch a lot of their content, and I think what you're doing very well that they teach to do is to tell a story. So your videos are like a story with this high suspense. I mean, I can't wait. When you knock on that door, my heart's like, oh,
because you never know. You never know what you're going to get.
What's he going to pull? Yeah, who's going to answer? And then the door slowly opens, and it's like this, cinematic movie. Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
And then you're like the nicest guy. Hey, I want to cut your yard for free. And they're always skeptical. They're like,
Oh yeah.
well, what do you mean?
I'm not the most pleasant looking to knock on someone's door. A hat, glasses, beard. They're always pretty like, should we let this guy? A lot of people think I'm scamming them.
Oh, of course. It seems sketchy. I want to mow your yard for free.
Yeah.
How do you present that they can be on YouTube? Like, do you have to get like a waiver, or if you
I just tell
videotape
them they're okay with it.
Okay, you've never had any problems with anybody?
Out of all the ones I've done, only one person told me to blur their face out. So,
okay.
Yeah, because they'll let me do it as long as I blur her face out. And I was like, okay, I'll just blur it out, no problem.
Yeah, I know which video you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
What about the one in the thumbnail where the police showed up?
which time? I got a few. Yeah, I got a few of them.
Okay, well, tell us the stories.
I'm trying to think which one are the one that you saw.
Well, there's one. I could share my screen and show you, but there's one where in the thumbnail, the police officer's just standing there in the thumbnail.
Oh, well, we were in a really bad part of where I live. I guess something was going down, like down the street. And then he just came and talked to us for a minute. He said, what are you guys doing? TikToking? And wow. We shared the channel with him. He just talked to us for a little while, and he loved what we were doing. So.
Oh, wow. So no harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul. Just a nice little thumbnail where people are gonna be like, what the heck?
Yeah, that was a great thumbnail. Did he smash that subscribe button or?
Oh yeah, they all did. There's a few of them. He was actually training some people. They all did. And the crazy thing is, most of the yards that are abandoned, I don't have permission, so I'm trespassing, but nothing's happened yet.
Now, how has it gone? Once you knock on the door, what happens next?
I said, hey, you want me to go ahead and mow your yard for free of charge? They usually don't believe it. Then I kind of tell them and convince them a little bit. Sometimes I tell them I have a YouTube channel. Like if it's a little bit older person, I usually tell them because they usually don't watch and they're not going to be like different to me, you know?
Yeah.
I'll usually just tell them, hey, I got a YouTube channel. I do free yard makeovers. I get to help people out. And then they say, yeah, go ahead. And then I just get straight into it.
Wow. And then here's what I wanted to ask. I couldn't think how to word the question, but how's it going in the community? Are people starting to recognize you now? Like if you go to Publix, the grocery store, I don't even know if you have Publix down there, but if you're just if you're just out and about at Walmart or Publix or wherever you go, are people saying, oh, Al Bladez, I watch your video. Like, how's that gone?
It happens just about every time I go out now. It's pretty weird. That part of it, I don't really like too much. I like to meet the people, but it's weird because some people will like stare at you and like they won't let you know that they know who you are. It's pretty weird. It's a weird situation.
Yeah, you wear that Bladez hat?
This one sometimes I wear it. A lot of people, they want to take pictures and stuff, which I
really
love. Yeah, I love meeting people. And
where's someone run into you and they said, hey, can I get a picture?
Home Depot. Like what I do, I go. Really? Yeah, my town's not too big either. And
tell us the story. You were at Home Depot and someone came out to you and said, hey, can I get a picture with you?
Well, first I saw them walk by, so I knew that they probably knew me because they were just like,
by the way their countenance, they kind of looked at you.
Yeah, they walked by, they looked at me, and then they came back around, and I was actually building my studio that I'm in right now.
Oh, wow.
And I was by myself, and I actually needed help. So I was struggling a little bit, getting all the wood down that I needed. And he comes up, he said, hey, you do YouTube, don't you? And I was like, yeah. And then he's like, you need any help? And I was like, yeah, wow. I need help. It was pretty cool. He helped me out. He's super cool, dude.
And then he asked for a picture?
Oh, yeah. He asked for a picture. I was out eating the other day. Someone else asked for a picture. But it's funny to me because all I do is just cut grass.
Yeah, but you connect with your audience. Like you said it earlier, Al, this is what you're created to do. Mm-hmm. And when you find what you're created to do, how much different is it from any other job you've had, or even when you had your lawn business and the grind of, things that everyone listening to my show probably understands. How is it when you switch into this zone where you just can't get enough, like hours get lost where you're editing your videos and you're creating new content, and it's just like, it's a buoyancy. So few people find what God really created them to do. So how has that been for you to get into that flow, into that zone?
It's life-changing because you're just super happy. I was happy mowing lawns, but it's a different type of happy, because you feel good knowing that you're helping people. I think everybody is supposed to help people. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like there's a way that everybody can help someone, no matter how little, how big it is. It's a different feeling,
Yeah, I think there when we find what God created us to do, part of that equation is we're helping other people be successful. And in
Yeah,
your
yeah,
situation, it's the one person like Nigel, for example, actually cutting this overhang tree. That would bother me watching these videos. I'm like, dude, how can you have that thing drooping and you're out there just
yeah.
raising it up and mowing? So you're helping him
Mm-hmm.
specifically, but then you're also helping the thousands of other people that are maybe they just had a bad day and they just need cheered up, or they just need
Yeah,
some heartwarming, clean, fun, wholesome content. And you're, cleaning up a property, and it benefits their life. It's
yeah.
entertaining to watch versus some of this raunchy, raggedy stuff that's on the TV or the TikTok or whatever. You're putting out more wholesome content. So
Yep. And I get emails all the time saying that my little 5-year-old loves to watch you and you're setting such a good example. So it's super cool, like I don't know, it's amazing.
how does this correlate when you got the Bible and then this all happened? Remember that story? I
Yeah,
told you
yeah,
to get a
yeah.
Bible. How did the timing of that go? That was not a coincidence.
It was right on cue.
Right before you popped, right?
Yeah, literally, like right before I became like real interested in, because I was asking you
Yeah, you
some
were like, "What kind
questions.
of Bible should I get?" And I said, "Get a
Yeah.
New King James Version."
Mhm.
And then you got it, and then like 2 weeks later, you're famous. I'm not saying that's how it works, but
No, no, it's
God had His hand in promoting you, I think.
yeah, and it's way bigger than just cutting grass.
In the community, other than I love these stories. Home Depot, and you're out at the restaurant. What
Mhm.
restaurant where you are when someone comes up? I mean, it's
I
just,
got literally everywhere.
well, just give me a specific, because this is so heartwarming that a year and a half ago you're out cutting grass,
Yeah.
and now you're still cutting grass, but in a different capacity,
Mhm.
and people are wanting to take your picture and meet you. It's fascinating to me.
Yeah. There's a little restaurant where I live. It's like they're only open for breakfast and lunch, and it's called Al's. Like I'm always there. And then just another guy, he just walked up to me and said, "Hey, I love your videos." He said, "Can I take a picture with you?" My
Oh
wife,
my gosh.
my wife, and everybody with me. And then
Yeah, your wife probably, "That's my man. Yeah, that's my man right there. He's
just
doing
cutting
this."
grass. One time I was in a firehouse and a guy came up to me, and then he's like, "No way, you're Al Blaze," and I'm like, "Yeah,
Firehouse Subs.
yeah, yeah."
If I come down there and we go golfing, because I'm not sure if I'm gonna how long I'm gonna last on the yard, man. We would have to go straight to the golf course. Are alligators gonna chase me and stuff? Or you were telling me
At the
when we're
golf
off
course?
here? Yeah, do they have alligators and snakes there, man?
Oh yeah, but they ain't gonna chase you. Just hey, just keep your ball on the fairway.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
How often do you golfing these days?
I usually go every Friday with one of my buddies. I haven't been going the past 2 weeks though.
So if I come down, maybe we could hit the links.
Oh yeah, I probably not as good as you, but when I'm going a lot, I'm probably like mid 80s, but probably right now I'm probably like mid 90s because I've been a little rough lately.
That's always fun. What about the alligators? Mr. Producer wanted me to ask you. First, he wanted to ask. He wants to sponsor one of your videos, so
Uh-huh.
let's make that happen.
All right.
And second, he wanted me to ask you about the alligators and the snakes. So,
Yeah, we got tons of alligators.
like when you're out mowing, or just in general?
Just in general. I haven't really seen too many while I was mowing. A long time ago, probably around 7 months ago or something, I did a tall yard that was like on the river.
Okay.
And there was an alligator in the lake, or
Wow.
in that little river. He's on one of my videos. I think it's a part 2 video. The people ended up getting really mad that we mowed their property that was abandoned, and then we were talking back and forth, and he got.
Wow. Tell me a little bit more about the back end of it, like with the video and the audio, because I've seen everything just get better and better and better and better and better. So what did you start out with? Camera, audio, computer? I remember when you got a new computer, you're like, "I'll get a new computer."
Yeah,
Like,
got the
guys.
Mac. That
So,
was
yeah, so walk us through where you started and how you got to where you are today.
my very first video. I got to 60,000 subscribers with just my iPhone.
Say that one more time.
I got to 60,000 subscribers with just my iPhone. I was filming everything from my iPhone, and then there was a app. Let me see what it's called. It's called Video Leap, and that's what I was editing on. And then I'll just go straight. It was a pain in the butt, but it got me to 60,000 subscribers.
What kind of iPhone did you have?
This is a crazy story. I had 2 iPhones. So a long time ago, I bought an iPhone 11. I got to use it. Have I told you this story? I probably told you.
Vaguely. You did, but I forgot it.
Yeah, I got an iPhone 11, and it worked for about a month. The dude that I got off Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, yeah.
The dude that ended up selling it to me, I guess he did some type of fraud, and it wasn't even in his name when he sold it to me. And a month later, the phone didn't work at all.
Man.
And I couldn't call anybody off that phone. It was, they call it blacklisted, where you can't use that phone ever again. So all I had was like a big paperweight. Like I could just take pictures and stuff. This alone is just a little sign like that leads into how everything happened. So I was like, okay, I got this phone. I'm just gonna start a YouTube channel and just see what happens, you know?
Yeah, with that phone's video camera.
With just that's all I could do.
At least you don't have to worry about a call disrupting your broadcast.
Yeah.
Every time I go to podcasts, my cousin FaceTimes me.
Yeah. But yeah, and then all that just snowballed into this. I got my first YouTube check, spent the whole thing on my computer.
I remember that day because I was telling you, man, wait till the 21st, boy, or whatever. I was like, it's coming. It's coming.
The whole thing on a computer.
Nice.
And then the next check, I got some more equipment. The reason it's been progressing so much is I'm putting a lot of it back into what I'm doing.
I think that's what Mr. Beast did. He just, whatever he made, he just put it back in. It got bigger and better, bigger and better, bigger and better. Has the adrenaline and the motivation just increased, or did at some point did you hit a difficulty in all of this, or has it's because it's happened so fast?
Yeah. So at first it happens real fast and you get used to it, but it comes in waves, so you'll drop off. It's hard not to look at the numbers of things, you know what I'm saying? Because it's part of it is the numbers, but then when you do it for the people, the numbers automatically come. So
that's right.
Yeah. So the more you think about the people, I just feel like I just don't even know how to explain it. Like, I don't know. I even forgot the question.
Question was, originally we're talking about the progression of the camera and the phone and all of that stuff. And then I asked you, have you been motivated the whole time, or was there a time?
Oh, yeah. So when that first dip down, I was used to getting like a lot of views and stuff, and it kind of stopped me from being motivated. But then something switched in my head.
Now, when you say dip down, I was ecstatic when I had one viewer on my live stream before we ended that. One. I'm like, we went from, it said the goose egg, 0 watching, and one. I'm like, all right, I'll take it, man. That pumped me up. One. I mean, this one person got me pumped up. So when you dip down and you're used to getting hundreds of thousands of views, and now you're only getting tens of thousands, that was your dip, or what? Yeah,
that was the dip. But I helped a certain lady, and then she switched it all around and then whipped me back into shape, and I was like, yep, this is what I'm doing it for.
Okay, so you had a video then that got you out of the log jam.
It wasn't necessarily the video, it was the specific person that I was helping.
What do you mean?
Like, I really needed to be there for her that day.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was like a specific circumstance that she was having. She was real sad, and then like just me knocking on her door saying, hey, I'll give you a free yard cut. It was like I was sent to be in front of her that day.
Okay, so that motivated you.
Yeah.
That situation, not just the numbers popping back up.
Yeah.
Riding the wave.
Yeah.
So what's your goal now that you're the channel's growing? Are you seeing that 1 million mark as the next milestone, or what? Because I joking about you. I was like, you're gonna hit 100,000 by GIE, and I was like, I don't know, man. That's a stretch. Yeah. And then here we are, 400,000, 500,000 coming up. You think you're gonna get that gold play button, man?
Yeah, I'll get it over time, I think, because I'm not slowing down. I'm just steady progressing. Like, I'm always studying and learning and making it happen here and there.